Good morning, friends. After bidding farewell to my friend in Chantilly, we proceeded towards our journey to Maryland. As we drove through the northern Virginia, the lush greenery and the serene countryside view kept us company. The route took us along Interstate 66 and Interstate 495. We also had the glimpses of Potomac River and the iconic Woodrow Wilson Bridge, which connects Virginia to Maryland. Many thanks to my friend from Charlotte who has been throughout with us, driving us from Atlanta to Charlotte, Charlotte to Virginia, and finally from Virginia to Maryland. Has dropped us in this Suresh's place, and now is going ahead to Pittsburgh to have a safe drive, Rama.
Yeah, take care.
Cheers! So we are enjoying. So we commenced our trip to the WARF, and for which we need to take a cruise. So we drove down to National Harbor, a vibrant waterfront destination, bustling with energy. And it was lovely to watch each and everything around the waterfront. We could see something like London Eye, which we have seen in UK, the giant whale there, and also beautiful sculptures. And it has been lively. There's a giant TV displaying the football match at that point of time. So we took some photographs.
Come back.
Yeah.
You get bored.
So they are all getting into this city cruise, Potomac River. So after having enjoyed ourselves in the National Harbor, it was time for us to board the cruise. So we took the cruise, and then we literally had a fun time in the cruise. But the thing is, it was so cold, we couldn't spend much time outside, though we enjoyed every bit of it. So the first halt what we had was the place called Alexandria. So that was a good one, but we didn't get down in the Alexandria. Rather, we stayed put in the cruise, and then close by is a Ronald Reagan Airport, and we could see a flight taking off from our cruise. Final destination was the WARF. So as we started our journey in the evening, so it was really good for us to reach there to see the absolute beautiful view of the lighting of the WARF. So people who are going there, if they want to spend more time, it's a good to go as a day visit. So with that, after spending some time there, we returned back in National Harbor. The Bombay street food restaurant, wherein we had a nice Indian chaat items. We enjoyed our dinner. So the day one was a really fun day. We summed up with a nice trip to the WARF and a cruise trip. So it was a lovely day spent on day one. So Suresh, where are we going today?
Downtown DC to see
White House,
Capitol
meet the
House,
President, Capitol House, Memorial.
Washington Monument, Lincoln Memorial.
So we started our trip by parking the car in a parking lot. As we all know that going through Washington DC to see all the memorables, museums and iconic places, it is going to be just by walk. So we started our journey by having the glimpses of White House, an unforgettable journey, which for every one of us, every traveler across the world who wanted to see this iconic symbol. Though we couldn't get closer from the other side of the road, we got a very good glimpses of the southern lawn and its manicured garden backdrop of majestic building. So we moved closer and took some photographs, though we couldn't really try and get it. Every visitors were enjoying it. View of the White House, which has housed every president since John Adams in 1800. So we have come through after seeing the White House, and the Treasury. Now we are heading towards the capital. As we approached the Treasury Building, we were greeted by the impressive statue of Alexander Hamilton, the first Secretary of the Treasury, standing proudly in front of the building. After seeing the Treasury Building, we crossed over and walked down the lane, and we saw the archives of USA building. And then our visit was to National Gallery of Arts. The building was very impressive, and it is situated on the National Mall, this cultural gem house, one of the finest art collections in the world. There are two blocks, that is West Building and the East Building, which houses different varieties of art and cultures, and mainly the West one has masterpieces by legendary artists like Leonardo da Vinci, and whereas the East Building has a stunning contrast to modern designs and soaring atriums and geometric forms. And one of the highlights of this underground concourse, which connects both the building, and it has a multiverse light tunnel, an impressive art installation, and thousands of LED lights. Was a mesmerizing journey in itself. So we had a time to relax and have our lunch there, and it was a perfect spot to reflect on the artistic wonder we had seen. Washington Monument is named after the first president of United States. Iconic landmark was an unforgettable experience to us. The monument's sleek, towering oblique rises 555 feet into the sky, making it the tallest stone structure in the world. Though we couldn't go to the deck of this monument, we did look at the base, where it was surrounded by many number of. We understand it represents the United States. Come to the US Parliament building, which is called as the Capitol building and also known as Hill. It's raining, but still we made it. We covered the museum, art gallery. So now we covered the White House and also the monument, and now the Capitol Tower, and then we'll go for Botanical Garden. So the next place after the Capitol building, we went to the Botanical Garden, located near the National Mall. So it was like a living museum. So we could see the tropical rainforest, which has a towering palm and exotic plant, created a vibrant, humid environment, and also a desert pavilion and arcade room. The rose garden was really superb, with the fragrant collections of classical and modern roses. So it is a nice place for everybody to visit and enjoy the each and bit and know about the plant. So with all this, we concluded our day 2 trip. Next day morning, we started for the thrilling journey at the Smithsonian National Air and Space Museum in Washington, D.C. So it was really superb. The main highlight is we could see that historic aircrafts and pioneer of flights, and also the space race and moon landings. And there were a lot of interactive display. While we were there, one wing was closed for maintenance, so we need to be happy with whatever we have seen. And luckily, we have also seen the Air and Space Museum in Virginia, in Chantilly. So that was really lovely, wonderful, where we have seen the Discovery and all the old aircrafts, Concorde, which was grounded. So that was also a very lovely museum, and it had much more varieties there. And there were also, they had a workshop which shows the dismantling of aircrafts and assembling it to display it in the museum. And we also went to the top of the tower to have a look at the airport nearby. So it was good. So having said, we enjoyed both the Air and Space Museum of Washington DC as well as Chantilly, Virginia.
The discovery which Mohan is enjoying.
Good for every one of you to go there in advance, so that there are a huge queue mainly for this Air and Space Museum. So you can accordingly plan it in the weekends and time it for you to complete the museum on time. On the way, we also visited the sculpture garden located on the National Mall. It was mostly a lot of things were exhibited outdoor, and it had a blend of creativity. So next, we moved into the Smithsonian National Museum of Natural History. As we stepped into the museum, we were greeted by the impressive iconic centerpiece, the towering African bush elephant. And apart from that, there are fossil hall, old Tyrannosaurus and Dinosaurus fossilized plant also. There is the ocean hall, and apart from that, hall of human origin, which is really good. And there is a gem and minerals too. We tried to search for a rock from the moon, but we couldn't find that. So butterfly pavilion was also good. It's a must watch place for everybody. The Lincoln Memorial is located at the west end of the National Mall in Washington DC. Stands as a timeless tribute to Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. See from the Lincoln Memorial, the Washington Monument. It gives a fantastic look at one, the Washington Monument, the Capitol Building, and the Lincoln Memorial. We finished our trip, third day's trip, and on the way we saw the Jefferson Memorial. With this, I end my vlog, and we'll catch up in my next vlog. Until then, goodbye. Thank you.